So you can come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. If you are sitting with your legs crossed, go ahead and put the weird leg on top, the one you don't normally have in front. And just go ahead and check in with your body. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze. You can just let the day melt away behind you. And whatever you need to do next, just don't worry about it. You can do a gentle practice of going through your senses and seeing what you can feel, smell, touch, taste, and hear. And while you're sitting here, just do a nice check-in with your body. See if you have any sore or stuck spots. No need to judge or change them. Just make a note of it. When you're ready, we'll start breathing together. So go and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and take in another little sip of air at the top. And then exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another sip of air at the top. And exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do another one like that. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sip at the top and exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. And continue this breath at your own pace. Start to pay attention to where the air is entering, filling, and leaving your lungs. Can you feel your lungs expand down to your low belly? Can you press all the air out, rounding in the back like a big exaggerated cartoon? Can you feel the air enter the front body and the back body? Can you feel the back body expand with each inhale like wings stretching out from your back? When you feel in tune with your breath, you can gently open your eyes or raise your gaze. And we'll start just by stretching our arms out this way. Make sure your shoulders are square. Wow. Make sure your shoulders are square here. The arm can bend down, or the arm can be flat and come down, as long as your shoulders are not hiking up. I tend to do this when I cross my arm in front. Gently grab that elbow. You can push it up and back. Watch the popping out of the ribs, pulling that elbow back. See if you can reach, option to reach your hand around and grab, to hold hands in the back, or grab your t-shirt, or whatever's comfortable for you. I can reach here, but I am cheating because I'm popping my ribs out. So I'm gonna work on the stretch in my arms instead of the stretch in my ribs. Release your hands down. Go ahead and take the other arm in the front. You can tell this is not my bad shoulder. I can easily lower and raise the shoulder so that my shoulders are even here. Stretching that outer bicep muscle, outer upper arm. When you're ready, gently take that elbow, press it down the back, tucking those ribs in, and reaching the other hand towards your raised hand, if that's available to you, if that's comfortable to you. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and release the arms out to the sides in a big T. We'll flex the hands here. You can curl your nails or your hands like little claws if you want, if that's more comfortable. It's very hard for me to keep my hands stretched out in this position. So if you can't keep your hands stretched out, go ahead. If not, just go ahead and gently rotate back and forth. We're coming from our shoulder externally and internally. I said that backwards. Externally and internally rotating the full arm, starting at the shoulder, really feeling that movement. Maybe you can imagine your shoulder blades reaching out, trying to go away from each other. When you've had enough of that, we'll do some nice biceps. Then we'll do our robot arms. Back to cartoon cactuses. From here, we'll reach over top. Go ahead and bring one hand down to the mat, reaching the opposite over top, checking in with the sit bone as the same arm is over top. Make sure you are pressing equal weight in both your sit bones. You can shine that chest towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Checking in with the neck. You can nod your head yes, you can shake your head no, you can move your head I don't know. From here, we'll take a nice big sweep down and just move on to the other side, making that same motion with your other arm down. Equal weight in your sit bones, stretching in that side body, moving that shoulder away from your ear, checking in with the neck. You can shine your head towards the ceiling. Your next inhale, raise the arms up to the top again. From here, we'll shrug those shoulders down the back, reach the fingertips in all directions. Imagine you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Your hands can come together up top if you'd like. Mine are doing this. From here, you can release your hands down. We'll do a couple of neck rolls, starting just with the U, bringing the chin down to each shoulder. Maybe start with the left and the right. And the left shoulder, right shoulder. And come back to center. And I want you to imagine you're drawing a circle with your chin in the air. And we'll do these giant circles to the right, or whatever direction you're going. 4 or 5 times. And then we'll switch directions and make our big chin, drawing circles in the sky that make our necks rotate. And when you've had plenty of those, check in with the shoulders, just shrug them up, release them down, shrug them up, release them down. We'll do some nice shoulder rolls, shrugging backwards and down. Be sure to come forward as well. I'm going to stretch your arms out nice and long, lift them into the air, and see if you can do some nice circles, big circles with your arm. You can do one arm at a time if you'd like. You can do them at the same time and just cross them, or you can do them in the same direction, one way and then the other. Really stabilize the hips here, stabilize the midsection, and whatever other way. See if you can make this movement come from your shoulders, come from your arms. And when you're ready and you've had enough of that, you can release your arms down. We'll take the legs and expand them out in front of you. We'll take the right knee over the left. Go ahead and hug that knee in nice and tight. Place that foot back down wherever's comfortable. Take the opposite elbow, hook over the knee, and really rotate your body from here. Maybe you can hear your back crack a little. When you're ready, you can place that hand behind you. We'll inhale nice and tall, big, nice, long, flat back. Exhale, twist to the back of the room. Inhale, nice, long back. Exhale, twist. Do one more like that. Exhaling, twisting the back of the room. Your next inhale will come back to center. Do a little counter twist to the other side. And we can switch the crossing of the legs. Again, hug that knee in, place that foot back down on the outside of the thigh. We'll hook that opposite arm across the knee out and twist to the back of the room. You can place that other hand back behind you if you'd like. Inhaling here. Growing nice and tall. Exhaling to twist to the back of the room. Inhaling to grow tall. Exhaling to twist. Inhaling to grow nice and tall. Exhaling to twist to the back of the room. When you're ready, we'll come up and hug that leg again. You can bend both knees in, hug them both into the chest. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and come to our tabletop at the center of the mat. I don't know. Okay, you being good? You want to go move? You want to move somewhere? Can you go up here maybe? Yeah. All right. Excuse me. Coming into tabletop, your knees are underneath your hips, wrists are underneath your shoulders. Pressing the fingertips into the mat. Take a nice neutral spine here. When you're ready, you can drop that udder down, shine that chest forward, come into your cow pose. Exhaling to round in the back, holding that belly button towards the spine, tucking that tailbone under for a cat pose. You can nod your head in cat, you can shake your head yes, shut your no, you can move your head no, just check in with that neck. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Can you make all of these movements really dramatic? Can you feel as though in cat, there's a rope around your midsection pulling you up into the air? As you fall into cow, can you imagine there's spikes coming out of your shoulders and your sit bones, reaching, really thrusting up into the sky? Go ahead and move into your own cat-cows, your own pace and your own breath. Really warm up that spine, love the movement, and get nice and long and languid with it. You can roll. You can roll through your arms in your cat-cows. You can roll through your body. Imagine doing the worm on the ground. You're going to do any sort of rolling motion. Make sure you go in either direction. When you've had enough of all of that, we'll come to stillness. Lifting that left arm in the air for a nice gentle twist. Reaching through either direction. Oh, I forgot. Placing, you can place a block on your sacrum to prove that you are twisting from the midsection and not from the bum. From here, take a nice, big, delicious inhale. Exhale to thread that shoulder under. Placing the outer edge of the shoulder onto the mat. Option to reach out with the opposite hand and foot here. Feeling that stretch. Nice and comfortable wherever you are. On your next exhale, you can come back. Lift that arm back into the sky. Exhale, place it onto the ground. Nice neutral spine here. We'll come into our twist on the other side. Spinning from that, twisting from that midsection, reaching in either direction. Oh, there he goes. Bye. On your next exhale, we'll thread that arm under, place the outer edge of the shoulder onto the mat. You can walk that hand or foot back if you'd like to get a little bit of stretching. Breathing here. And next exhale, we'll come back into our twist, pressing that arm up into the air on your inhale. Go ahead and exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat. From here, we're just gonna lift the right knee off the mat, keeping the knee bent as it were. We'll just take a nice leg lift here. Checking in with those hips, make sure not to open them to the side. Just breathing here. Optional, if you'd like, you can reach the opposite hand back, grab onto your foot. Equal weight in both of your arms here. You can go ahead and exhale that knee back down to the mat. High block. And when you're ready, you're going to lift that opposite leg up. Again, not trying to open the hips in either direction. Equal weight in both those arms. See if you can. Hello, Trey. You're a good boy. I can't do anything for you right now. And when you've had enough of that, you can place it back down, coming back into your tabletop pose. We'll press back into our child's pose. Give your hips a little shake out. Can you make your child's pose be more about stretching in the arms and the shoulders than worrying about settling back into your seat? Maybe you tent your fingers, lift your palms of your hands into the air a little. When you're ready, we'll press back into your tabletop. Tuck those toes under. Give yourself a nice toe stretch here. You can lift those knees about an inch or two off the mat if you'd like, if that feels nice for you. Breathing, holding in the lower abdominals, pushing those heels backwards. Go ahead and release those knees back down. Trey, what's happening right now? When you're ready, lower your head, press your feet back into downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog, you can pedal out through your feet here. You can pause while you're stretching your calves from either side. Nice, luscious stretches here. When you're ready, we'll come on to the balls of the feet. And exhale, pulling those heels back down to the mat. Breathing in your down dog here. Feeling the back of the thighs reaching towards the top corner of the room. On your next exhale, we'll just roll forward to plank, nice and gentle, tucking your tailbone here. Make any adjustments you may want. On your next exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog. 3 nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg in the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, kick that heel towards your bum and open up your hips. Option here to drop that leg behind you and lift your same arm as leg and come into rock star pose. Wherever you are, check in with that left heel. See if you can bring it back down to the mat. Wherever you are, and come back into your downward facing dog. Rosemary. Breathing in down dog. We'll lift that right leg again. This time we'll roll forward to plank for a three-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhaling for a three-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. One more inhale, three-legged plank. I'm going to place that right foot back down on the mat. We'll inhale to roll forward to plank. From here, we'll drop that right knee down. Swing your left foot over. And lift your arm up for a side plank. We'll stay in a supported side plank for now. Breathing here. Option to take that bottom leg to reach down to the other. Come into your side plank. Now we're going to take that top leg, give us some support. This arm, you can come down with it, you can have it on your hip, whatever you want. We're just going to bend the elbow and dip those hips down. Oh, you know what? Keep your elbow straight. Just dip your hip down a little bit and come back up. Do 3 like that. And then we'll come back into your side plank. Rotate down into plank. And come back into your child's pose. Again, tense your fingers here. Don't worry about settling into your seat. Just stretch your shoulders. Bring that head in between your arms as low as it can go. On your next inhale, we'll come back for downward facing dog. Inhale those heels up into the air. Exhale, bring them back down to the mat. You're going to inhale that left leg in the air, three-legged dog. Breathing here for a breath, checking in with that right heel, bringing it back down to the mat. Go ahead and bend your knee, kick that bum, open up those hips. Really actively feel that heel pulling towards your bum. Breathing here, option to drop into rock star pose and lifting that arm. 5 good breaths wherever you are. 3 to 5. Wherever you are, we can come back to downward facing dog. We'll lift that left arm again, your left leg again, sorry. This time we'll roll forward to our three-legged plank. Exhaling back to three-legged dog. Inhaling forward for three-legged plank. Exhale back, three-legged dog. Inhaling for plank and exhaling for down dog. Breathing here. When you're ready, we'll bring that left leg up to support your side. Your side plank. Hello. All right. So bring that left leg, knee forwards, place it on the mat, swing your foot over, and come up into your side plank. Breathing in your supported side plank. Option then to take that bottom leg, bring it to the top, and come into a side. Thanks, babe. On your next exhale, bring that top leg in front. We'll just do a few hip dips. And keep your hand on your hip. And bring your head down. 3 of those is nice. Then come back into your downward facing dog. Pressing down to child's pose and stretching those shoulders again. Tenting those fingertips up. When you're ready, you can push back into our tabletop. Tuck your back toes under. Press back into downward facing dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. This forward fold can be as gentle or as intense as you'd like. You can bend your knees here. You can rest your chest on your thighs. I don't want to. Okay. Go ahead and check in with your neck here. Nod your head yes, shaking your head no, move your head I don't know. You're going to fall into your arches here. Imagine your arches, the tops of your arches reaching up in the interior of your foot. You're happy here to give your hips a little shake out? Be my guest. And here you can place your hands on your shins and come into a nice long flat back. Imagine your spine really elongating here. You can pull your tailbone back in space. Take a nice deep inhale here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and roll all the way forward into a forward fold. Keep this forward fold a little bit deeper than your last one. Maybe you fold a little bit deeper. Maybe your knees are a little less bent. You can grab your opposite elbows here and rock back and forth if that makes you comfortable. Just breathe here, enjoying this moment. Thank you, Trev. When you're ready, you can release your arms to the ground and gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous. When you're standing in the front of the mat, you can release your hands to either side. Stand in mountain pose. Really imagine your feet actively gripping the ground, pressing in like roots on a tree. Inhaling to bring those arms above your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Check in with those ribs. Can you open those shoulders? Maybe shrug them up to the sky and then shrug them back down. Lift those arms and those shoulders into the air. Melt them down in your back, reaching those arms into the sky. Imagine you're holding a giant beach ball here. We're going to twist to the left. Holding the beach ball, come down to the side, folding forward. And you can inhale to come back up, still holding that beach ball. We'll twist to the opposite side and fold forward. Breathing here. Thank you. On your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Breathing here. Can you elongate your tailbone down? Like you're trying, like if you still had a tail, you're trying to tuck it under and almost point it towards in front of you. From here, we'll fold forward. You can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward, we'll plant the hands, step back to our plank pose. From here, you can lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat, and come up for a low cobra. Pressing back through bent knees, to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog, and give your hips a little shake out here if that feels nice for you. When you're ready, you can step, or hop, so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, we'll bring the hands to the shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, and inhale to gently roll up to stand. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, gripping the mat with your feet, pressing down into the ground, lift those hands above your head. This time, let's lean to that left side, holding that giant beach ball. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to that right side. Inhaling, center. Exhale, come back like you're about to throw it really, really far. And then fold forward, pressing it into the ground. On your next inhale, you can bring your hands to your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, back to down dog. Breathing here. On your next exhale, you can hop, or step, so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Got the wrong clothes on. Okay. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, and inhale to gently roll up to stand. Thank you, Clem. All right, standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhale your arms above your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhale, hands on chins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. Stepping back to plank pose. Nice big inhale and plank. Exhale to lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling to press back to down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhaling to gently roll up to stand. Whew. Inhale, arms above your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Nice big inhale and plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling to down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. You're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward, and inhaling to gently roll up to stand. All right, we'll do one more of those. Move on to their flow. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, let's lift those arms above your head. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Nice big inhale and plank. Lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra, and exhale to press back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. On your next exhale, you can hop or step. So in the forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, we'll inhale, place your hands on your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale to gently roll up the stairs. All right, standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, we'll lift the arms above your head. From here, you can heel toe your feet together if you're more comfortable like that, or you can leave them hips width distance. We're gonna drop the bum as we bend the knees and come down to chair pose. Take a nice big inhale in chair. Exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale here in plank. Exhale to lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling to press back to down dog. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we'll lift that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale to bend that knee and swing it forward. So you're in a nice, comfortable low lunge. From this low lunge, we'll drop that back knee down, untuck your back toes, check in with your hips, make sure they're nice and square and comfortable. From here, we'll lift the hands into the air and just gently gaze at your thumbs for a back bend. You can melt your shoulders down, your back here. On your next exhale, you can gently fold forward. We're going to tuck those back toes under, bring that back leg up. This time we're going to kick it in so both heels are on the mat. And grab a block if you'd like. But we're just going to concentrate on bringing that forehead towards your front shin. Release any props, bring your hands back to the mat, bring both your legs back into your plank pose. Lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and press back to down dog. Breathing here. You're gonna lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee. Swing that foot forward, help it if you need to. We're coming into our nice, sturdy, low lunge. When you feel nice and secure here, you can drop that back knee down, untuck the toes, check in with the hips, and then we'll lift the arms in the air. You can melt those shoulder blades back down the back and gaze at your thumbs for a gentle back. Exhale to fold forward. This time we'll untuck the toes, kick that foot up a little bit. Of course, you can grab a block if you'd like. We'll come into our runner's stretch, reaching that forehead toward that front shin. Here you can get rid of any props, come back into your plank pose. Lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhale for a low cobra and press back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. When you're ready, you can hop or step so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, let's bring both hands down to the mat, one on top of the other. We'll do right hand to the mat first. Slightly bend that right knee. Really pop that left hip out. And we'll lift that left hip in the air or left arm in the air, sorry. Left arm in the air for a gentle twist. You're ready, you can bring that hand back down to the mat, switch the bending and the popping of the hips. We'll bring that opposite arm up. Bring both hands back down to the mat. And we'll gently roll up to a stand. All right. Breathing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Advance up. You're gonna lift those arms into the air for Urdhva Hastasana. Again, you can heel toe your feet together if you're more comfortable in chair that way. But you can also keep them hips width distance. And we'll bend the knees and drop the bum and come into chair pose. From here, we'll bring the hands to heart center. Let's go ahead and hook one elbow outside the knee and come into a chair pose twist. And come back to center and exhale to the other side. If your feet are apart, make sure your knees stay stable. You can always stick a block in between to keep them level. And you can come back to center, exhale, fold forward. We'll plant the hands and step back to our plank pose. Nice big inhale and plank. And you can exhale through your vinyasa. Drop your knees just into the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale through bent knees to down dog. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, actively pull that heel towards the bum. We'll swing the foot forward. Help it if you need to. We'll come into our nice, sturdy, low lunge. 90-degree angle in that front knee to rotate that back heel down. Press your feet into the mat to lift your body into the air. Hips are squared towards the front of the room. Arms are lifted for warrior one. From here, we'll interlace the hands behind your back and come down for a humble warrior. Your next inhale, we'll come back to our warrior one. Excuse me, we'll come back to our warrior one. Go ahead and frame that front foot with your hands, step back to downward facing dog, rolling forward to plank and working through your vinyasa. Dropping your knees just into the mat, coming up for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and pressing back to down dog. Breathing here. Your next inhale, we'll lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, actively pull that heel towards the bump, opening the hips. We're gonna swing the foot forward, help it if you need to. Coming into your nice, sturdy, low lunge. Nice right angle in that front knee. We'll rotate that back heel down. Hips are still rotated towards the front of the room. We're gonna push down into the feet to lift the torso up. Arms in the air for warrior one. From here, you can let go of your arms. We'll interlace them behind the back, weird thumb on top, and fold down for humble warrior. Your next inhale will come back up to warrior one, excuse me. Exhale, frame that front foot, kick yourself back to plank pose. Inhaling here, exhaling, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale to press back to down dog. Take 3 breaths in down dog or child's pose, whichever is more restful for you. On your next exhale, you can hop or step to your forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, you can gently roll up to stand. Go ahead and shake it out. We'll go into our flow. On your next inhale, let's lift the arms in the air, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, coming into chair pose. Nice big inhale in chair. Exhale down to fold forward. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Go through your vinyasa, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra or upward facing dog. And coming back to down dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift that right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, actively pull that heel towards your bum as you open your hips into the air. Nice big inhale here, and we'll exhale to swing that foot forward. Help it if you need to. Coming into your low lunge. All right. We'll rotate that back heel down, lift the arms up for warrior one. Exhale down for humble warrior. Inhaling up for warrior one and out for warrior two. Opening up your hips here, knees tracking over that second toe. Arms are reaching out to either side. Straighten that front knee. Come all the way forward and then down for triangle pose. Go ahead and bring your knee forward and we'll come into our side angle pose. From here, we can windmill down. We'll kick that front foot back to meet the back. Plank pose. Lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale to press back to down dog. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bending that knee, opening up those hips. Actively pulling that heel towards the bum. We'll swing that foot forward. Help it if you need to. Coming into your nice low lunge here. And rotate that back heel down. Inhale up for warrior one. Exhale down for humble warrior, weird thumb on top. Come on up for warrior one. And we'll go out for warrior two. Opening those hips up, making any adjustments you may need to. We'll go ahead and give that front knee a break. Coming into triangle pose, reaching all the way forward and then down. You can reach for a block of the mat or your shin. If you don't feel your stretch in your muscles, it's because you are hyperextending your joints and putting all that energy there. So you can bring a soft bend to your knees. You can transfer that energy to your muscles. From here, we'll bend that front knee again, coming into your side angle pose. Melting those shoulders down your back. Or you can windmill your arms down. We'll kick both feet back. You're in your downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank. Go ahead and exhale to lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to press back to downward facing dog. Or child's pose, whatever you find more restful. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, we'll go ahead and press into downward dog. Come into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Breathing here, gently rolling up to stand. All right. And the time is. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. We'll inhale the arms into the air. Exhaling down to chair pose. Lowering that bum as much as possible. Inhaling here. And then exhaling to fold forward. Planting your hands, we'll step back to our plank pose. Lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra or upward facing dog. Pressing back through bent knees to down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing your foot forward, help it if you need to. We're gonna lower that back foot down. Inhale the arms up to warrior 1. Exhaling down to humble warrior. Inhaling up for warrior 1. Exhaling out for warrior 2. Unbending that knee, coming down and forward and down for triangle pose. Inhaling back up to warrior 2 and exhaling down to side angle pose. From here, we'll go ahead and windmill the arms down, so we're in a wide-legged forward fold at the side of the mat. From here, go ahead and check in with your neck. You can shake your head yes, you can shake your head no, you can nod your head no. We're going to walk those hands back to that front leg. Go ahead and bend that front knee, staying in your side. So you're just kind of coming into a side squat if you want. You can come all the way into the squat. You can just work on bending that knee, whatever's comfortable for you at this moment. From here, we'll push that bum back up into space. Hello, no. Hello. Ha ha ha. Hey. Coming into that wide-legged forward fold again. We're going to walk our fingertips around. So we're framing that front foot. From here, go ahead and we'll kick up into our warrior 3, whatever that means to you. Hands can be at the mat, on blocks, stretched out in front of you, at hands at heart center, whatever you prefer. Breathing here. Flexing that back foot. Opening up those hips if you'd like to come into half moon, completely optional. When you're ready, you can drop that back foot down. We'll kick that front foot back to meet the back, so you're in a plank pose. On your next exhale, you can lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra, then exhale to press back to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog. Give your hips a little shake out here if that feels nice for you. On your next inhale, we'll lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, actively kicking towards the bum. We'll bring that foot forward, help it if you need to. And rotate that back heel down so we can inhale into our warrior one. Exhale down to your humble warrior. Inhale up to your warrior one. Exhale down to your warrior two. Inhale to come into triangle pose. Exhale, coming down. Inhaling back up to warrior two. And exhaling, coming into side angle pose. From here, we're going to windmill the arms down and come into that wide-legged forward fold again. Breathing here. Walking those fingertips back towards that front knee. Again, when you get here, you can bend that knee, you can play with that side squat, or you can come all the way into side squat, whatever you prefer. When you're ready, we'll push that bum back up into the space. Walk the fingertips back around. We'll kick that front foot back to meet the back. Coming into your plank pose, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra and exhale to press back to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forwards. You're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. We'll gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous. Ooh, all right. We'll come into your balancing pose. You do any variation you want. You can, of course, do your tree pose. I'm going to just lift one leg at a right angle because I find this very, very challenging. So your hands can be at your hips, at heart center, branches blowing in the breeze, whichever you prefer. We'll just breathe here. When you're ready, you can straighten that leg, lift it up a little higher, and then bring it back down. Maybe give your standing leg a little rub. We'll switch the feet. Bringing that opposite leg up or coming into tree on the other side, whichever you prefer. Breathing here. When you're ready, you can straighten that leg, lift it up maybe a little higher, and let it go. Give both your legs a little shake out. And we're coming into mountain pose at the front of the mat. Go ahead and inhale your arms into the air. Exhaling to fold forward. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Optional vinyasa here, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra and exhaling back to down dog. From here, we'll bring that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that heel to the bum, nice and tight. And we're going to swing that foot out on the outside of the hands, coming into lizard pose. So your hand, hand, foot. From here, you can lower that back leg if that feels nice for you. You can bring your forearms down to a block or the mat. Just sinking into those hips. Opening up that front hip crease. Remove any props you may have. We'll kick that foot back again. So we come into our three-legged dog. And this time we'll swing that shin forward. Again, help it if you need it. Make sure that leg coming back behind you is nice and straight. Lift that chest into the air and then come down for pigeon. Your next inhale, you can lift your head, neck, and chest into the air. Swing your foot around so you're back in your tabletop. Maybe give your hips a little shake out. And press back to child's pose and come back up. When you're ready, we'll press back to our downward facing dog. From here, we'll lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the foot forward. Help it if you need to. So your foot, hand, hand. Coming into that lizard pose. Dropping that back knee if that feels nice to you. Hands can stay on the mat, forearms can come to the mat or a block. Just sinking into those hip flexors, opening up that front. When you're ready, we'll tuck those back toes under, lift that leg, swing that foot back to a three-legged dog. Then we'll bend the knee, bring that shin forward. Make sure our leg is a stick, going straight back out behind us. Lift that chest up and then bring it down. From here, we can lift the head, neck, and chest up. We can maneuver those legs so we're back in our tabletop. And just gently come down so you're laying on your stomach on the mat. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and roll onto our backs. Hugging those knees into the chest nice and tight. You can rock back and forth or sway to and fro or move your knees to give yourself a low back massage. From here, we're going to bring the right leg, hug it in nice and tight. We can drop that left leg down, foot on the mat. Go ahead and bring both feet to the mat. This time we'll lift that left one and hug it in nice and tight. And bring it back down to the mat. We're coming into our bridges. So from here, before we come into our full bridge, we're just going to do a nice little tilting of the tailbone. So we're going to tilt the tailbone, or tuck the tailbone and tilt it back. Tuck it forward and tilt it back. Just this tiny little motion. Your hips aren't moving the mat. Your hips aren't leaving the mat. Excuse me. You're just finding space within the back of that tailbone. And when you're ready, come to some space between tucked and long pillow tray. And this time we're just going to lift the hips off the mat like a hinge. So just hinge them up and then down. That's 1, 2, hinge up, 3, we'll do 5, hinging up for 4. Sorry, you can't see me. And 5, come back down to the mat. From here, we'll come into our active bridge, rolling the spine up and then down. Rolling the spine up and rolling the spine down. 3 more like that, rolling up and rolling down. You can accentuate the tuck motion of that tailbone while you roll up the spine and accentuate that expanded tailbone as you come down. 5 roll ups and 5 roll downs, and we'll come into 3 active bridges. On your next inhale, we'll lift lift the hips off the mat. You can wiggle your shoulder blades underneath you. You can interlace your fingers behind you. And we'll have 3 good breaths here. Okay, Trey, it's almost done. When you're ready, you can release your hands, release your shoulders, roll that spine back down to the mat. And move your windshield wiper your knees back and forth. When you're ready to come to stillness, we'll lift the hips off the mat again, peeling them up vertebrae by vertebrae. You can wiggle those shoulders underneath you. You can interlace your hands behind your back. We'll have 3 to 5 good breaths here. On your next exhale, you can roll that spine back down to the mat. You can windshield wiper your legs, knees back and forth. And we'll come into our final active bridge, rolling that spine off the mat. Interlacing those hands back behind you if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can roll back down to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. When you're ready, we'll bring both knees into the air as though you were doing tabletop. However, you're on your back instead of your knees. So bring nice parallel shins to the mat. We're going to lift our hands up into the air. On your next exhale, we're going to bring the hands, head, neck, and chest up. And breathe here. You can add the pumping of your arms if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can exhale back down onto the mat. Oh my God, Trey, you got to go somewhere else, buddy. With your knees like this, see if you can keep your hips stationary, keep your legs locked in this position. And we're just going to do toe taps, bringing down that right toe, then the left, right toe, then the left, right, then left. You can hold on to your hips if you're a more tactile person. 2 more on each side, right, left, right, left. Coming back into that upside down tabletop, we're going to release the left leg so it's out at a 45-degree angle, bending that right knee in, pulling those low abs down, pulling that belly button towards the ground. We're going to switch the crossing of the legs. Maybe it's a little bit smoother than toe taps. Maybe it's a more consistent motion with these bicycle kicks. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees back into your chest, hug them in nice and tight. So then we'll drop the feet back to the mat, bring that right ankle to left knee, bring that left knee into the air, nice right angle in that left leg. You can bring your hands back to pull that thigh towards you, maybe push that knee away from you. If you need to maybe find a more sore, stuck spot, you can always rock back and forth gently. Breathing here. When you're ready, you can switch the crossing of your legs, bringing that opposite thigh towards you, pushing that opposite leg away. Release both your legs down, windshield wiper those knees back and forth. This time we'll hug the knees into the chest and drop them down to one side for your gentle twist. Both shoulders should be on the mat or reaching towards the mat. Your arms can be out in either direction. You can make cartoon cactus arms. Your gaze can be over your opposite shoulder. That can be quite intense. You can always bring it back to the ceiling. And your next inhale, you can roll back to center. Before you roll on the other side, we're just going to drop our knees down and kind of come onto one hip. And I don't know if you can see me. One hip, hips are square, so your hips are stacking one on top of the other. Try not to come out like this or too far forward. Feet are together. Maybe the inner bottom edges of the feet are glued together. And this is a beautiful exercise. We're just gonna lift the knee up and bring it back down. Lift it up and bring it back down. It'll be easier if your hips are swinging open. So let's see if we can keep those hips stacked and try not to swing them open. Two more. All right, and then we'll bring those knees back into the chest again. And exhale them out to the other side. Both shoulders on the mat. Gaze can be over your opposite shoulder or to the ceiling. Your next inhale, we'll come back to center. We'll drop that left knee again, come onto your one side. So your hips are stacked, feet can be glued together. And we'll do 10 knee raises here. Again, if this is an easy exercise, make sure your hips are stacking all over top of each other. Make sure your hips are remaining stationary. When you've done 10 of those, you come back onto your back. I'm gonna do just a few leg raises. We do a lot of sitting at our desks. We don't really pay attention to these abductors outside here. So if you can just sit on one side, you can use your hand to rest your head or just lay your head on your arm as a pillow. And we'll just do 10 nice leg raises, kicking that foot into the air. Again, keeping those hips stationary, unlike me. You could hold on to them. I wish you guys could see the look Trey's giving me. It's killing me. And when you've had enough of those, we'll just roll on to the other side. Make sure our legs are nice and stationary, or sorry, hips are nice and stationary, stacked on top of each other. And we'll just kick out 10 times, working on those abductors. And when you've had your 10 on that side, you can come back to lay on your back. Okay. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Oh, I'm so sorry, Trey. We'll go ahead and reach the, actually, before we do that, you can come into a gentle inversion, whatever that means to you. It could be legs up the wall or up a chair or couch. You can do a supported shoulder stand by lifting your body into the air. You can place a block under your sacrum and bring your feet into the air, whatever you prefer. Just get 5 to 10 good breaths with your feet above your heart and your head. When you're ready, you can release down. Move any props you may have. We'll reach for the inner soles of the feet, coming into a happy baby. Explore your happy baby, pulling those knees into your elbows if you'd like. You can always bend one knee and stick one leg out for a Peter Pan stretch. Bring both feet in for a butterfly stretch, and then stretch the opposite foot out for your other Peter Pan stretch. Okay. When you're ready, you can gently release your legs down and come into your final resting pose. Let all your hard work seep into your bones. You can begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. You can make small movements in your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can roll onto one side and using your arm as a pillow, take one breath in the fetal position. Using that same slow quality of movement, you can come up to a gentle sit. Bring your hands to heart center and we'll close with one Om. Inhaling for Om. Om. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Namaste.